October 28th here in southern Ontario. Join me in a cold beverage as I take a break from cutting firewood in the sun. Lovely day. Imagine, if you will, you're one of the ruling elite. One of the 1%ers who own 99% of the world's wealth. You've been born into it generations now. You know, when you fly to Monte Cristo for lunch, you don't worry about the price of a Monte Cristo. It's not even, the price isn't even on the menu. You flew there in the family jet on a whim. Imagine looking down, and I do mean down at the world, from your jets, your private planes, your gilded castles. Even an upper middle class suburbia would look like a ghetto to you. And when the ruling elite call us the useless eaters that are consuming their resources, they mean it. They actually think that. I mean, how can they not? Again, try and put yourself in their shoes. They own all of the resources. They own the politicians. They own everything. They own Walmart. Literally. Again, put yourself in their shoes and look down on the huddled, unwashed masses. Have you ever flown at night? You fly across Canada, you see the prairies. There's a little light here, a little light there. If you're coming from west to east, all of a sudden the Atlantic seaboard is lit up. Their satellite imagery show you the same thing. Look at the Earth at night. We're a plague. Certainly look like a plague on the face of the globe. And how many useless eaters do they need to keep their lights on, so to speak? Not nearly as many of us as there are, that's for sure. Put it in a fiefdom-like sort of perspective, and you know, the days of old with kings and peasants, serfs. You know, why aren't the royal coffers filling anymore like they aren't now, as they print money to try and keep their systems afloat? You know, the sheriff, the tax collector, whatever you want to call him, says, well, you know, the peasant used to have 160 acres. He prospered on it. We could tax them pretty decently, keep the royal coffers full. Now they've had to fragment the land up, you know, through overbreeding. Instead of the 160 acres being passed to the next guy, staying 160 acres, they got broken into 40 acres, and those 40 acres got broken into 20. Now when we go around and tax them, they're living a subsistence existence. Really nothing left to tax. Kind of like it is now. Remember the term, the shrinking middle class? Yeah, well, where's the middle class? Pretty well gone. But again, to the 1%ers, even the middle class are just useless eaters consuming their resources. Again, just, you know, kick back, close your eyes, and put yourself in their perspective and think that they don't think like that. Of course they do. How could they think any other way at all? And so now, apparently next week in the States, and it won't be long after that in Canada, the IT, whose name you can't say, your video gets banned. Use any of those words, it's misinformation. It is going to be put into children from 5 years of age of up. And I saw one of the FDA guys who approved it with his, it's under an emergency act again, of course, so no one's responsible. And I should have watched it a couple times so I could quote him instead of paraphrasing, but he said, well, you know, and he had a big in there. He goes, well, you know, we won't know if it works or not unless we start putting it out there. Yeah, okay. Tinfoil hat to think the ruling elite thinks of us as useless eaters? I don't know, I don't think there's that much tinfoil in it.